Okay, so the first commander deck that we're going to be going over today is the Cabaret Cacophony. This is being streamed live on YouTube Live. You are more than welcome to subscribe to the channel so you are aware when I do go live so that you can join the live streams and have your comments show up during the live stream. This commander deck here is $114.82. Not as much as the $200 commander deck that we saw yesterday. But let's see what this deck has inside. The commander here is Kitt, Kanto, Mayhem, Diva. Kitt Kanto reads, first of all, Kitt Kanto, what a great name. I think, and I'll be able to suggest, once I know all five, I can definitely have a good suggestion for you. At least the most simple deck to play. But Kitt Kanto reads, when it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. At the beginning of combat on each player's turn, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control. When you do, target creature that player controls gets +2/+2 and gains trample until the end of turn. Go with that creature. Okay, so we got a goading commander that we have to tap 2 untapped creatures we control in order to trigger that ability. And we're only allowed to do this to 1 creature an opponent controls. Which this kind of acts like removal, I guess, at some point. It does buff the creature, so it would be nice to just force our opponent to attack into someone that could block easily with the creature. So, I don't know. I think that would have been a bit more, at least if I played the deck, that would have been the route that I went, you know? But it is what it is. First card we have here is Leafkin Druid, okay. Sakura Tribe Elder. Okay, no big deal. Agitator Ant, more goad. Okay, we have the Best Soul Nourisher. This is a legendary creature, so this may be a commander for the new players that are watching. Whenever 1 or more creatures with base power and toughness 1/1 enter the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+2 encounter on Best Soul Nourisher. Whenever Best attacks, each other creature you control with base power and toughness 1/1 gets +X/+X until the end of turn, where X is the number of +1/+2 encounters on Best. I think that there's other creatures in Magic the Gathering that have that same ability. Actually, if you know what those cards are, you can type it into the chat. But that's not the first time I've seen that ability, I'm pretty sure. But it's cool having that a legendary creature so that you have that in the command zone. But it sounds interesting that a 1/1 specifically has to enter the battlefield. I mean, I would just play cards that put counters onto Best, regardless of the 1/1s, and then just have creatures that have trample and attack with creatures. That just sounds fun. Or flying. We got a Champion of Lambhold. I'm not going to go over the cards that already exist. Magus of the Wheel, okay. Orzhov Advocist. I don't really understand the Magus of the Wheel here, if I'm being honest. It just seems like a card. It just seems really random. Rumor Gatherer. We have a whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, draw a card instead. Okay. Some card draw in white. A person can always appreciate that. We have Scoot Swarm. That's fun. We have Selvala. It's a nice way to draw cards. Wood Elves. Wood Elves is a good card. Zerzoth. Whenever an opponent draws their first card each turn. I don't understand. This just seems really random. It just seems like they just wanted to give people the ability to play Zerzoth. I don't really know the understand. It gives you creatures to tap, maybe. I think that's what, because this you have to tap 2 untap creatures you control. Okay. Oh yeah, that's definitely what it is. So this is a token creator. A Raptor of the Endless Weapon, another token creator. Okay. Life of the Party. First strike, trample, haste. Whenever life of the party attacks, it gets +X/+0 until the end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. When life of the party enters the battlefield, if it's not a token, each opponent creates a token that's a copy of it. Those tokens are goated for the rest of the game. Oh, wow. Okay. It's a cool card. Master of Ceremonies. Each opponent chooses... Oh, this card seems like a lot. So you just either create tokens, draw a card, or... Yeah, one or the other. Okay. More... I'm noticing a lot of card draw. What's up, Rich? I'm noticing a lot of drawing cards for white. That's like a theme so far in this commander set. We have Sizzling Soloist. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, target creature and opponent controls can't block this turn. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, that creature attacks during its control's next combat phase if able. Okay. Gahiji. Oh, I got Gahiji. Kazul. Okay. Fabine. Oh, this is the commander right here, man. I don't know. Maybe. I'm building this commander right here. Creature tokens you control have haste. At the beginning of combat on your turn, each player reveals top card of the library. For each land card revealed this way, you create a 1/1. Then creatures you control get +1/+1 till the end of turn for each non-land card revealed this way. Then each player draws a card. Totally 100% taking my Rith the Awakener commander deck and just making Fabine the commander of that deck. 100%. We have a Thunderfoot Bailoff. It's a cool card. Quite expensive, $4 for a Thunderfoot Bailoff. We have Path to Exile. It's always good. Sylvan Offering. Okay. Artifact Mutation. Okay. Aura Mutation. Alright. Boros Charm. Indestructibility. That's nice. Martial Coup. Okay. Grand Crescendo. Create X/1/1 citizen creature tokens. Creatures you control gain indestructible to the end of turn. It's a good card right here. I mean, instant speed. Put all of your mana into this card. Cards like this win games. Definitely win games. And the fact that it gives you the ability to give your creatures indestructible kind of makes it more... What's the word I want to say? It's definitely much more powerful than the other versions of these type of cards that were created. Yeah, like Call the Coppercoats. It's already right here. Look at this. This is the same card as that one. That's cool. Cabaretti Charm. Alright. Marshal the Multitudes. Okay. Seize the Spotlight. For each opponent chooses Fame or Fortune. For each player who chose Fame, gain control of a creature that player controls. Okay. For each player who chose Fortune, you draw a card and create a treasure token. For 3 mana. Okay. That's cool. Harmonize. I would really like to copy a Fame or Seize the Spotlight. Get like 2 or 3 copies of Seize the Spotlight. Put this card inside the Grixis commander deck that's being released. I think that'd be pretty cool. We have Fell the Mighty. Indulge. Whenever a creature you control attacks this turn, create a 1/1. Alright. Create a treasure token for each creature you control to deal combat damage to a player this turn. Okay. That's not bad. Shamanic Revelations. Good card. Cabaret Confluence. Camaraderie. Crash the Party. I like these spells here. Create a 4/4 green rhino warrior creature token for each tapped creature you control. That's just like instant speed. Oh, at the end of my beginning of my end step, pay 6 mana, create 4/4s. Seems good. Vivian Stampede. Is this like an overrun or something? Each creature you control gains Vigilance, Trample, and Melee until the end of turn. Okay. At the beginning of the next main phase, this turn, draw a card for each player who has dealt combat damage this turn. So it's like an overrun that wants you to attack multiple people. That doesn't buff your... Oh, it kind of buffs your creatures, I guess. So we have Soul Ring, of course, Arcane Signet, Bloodthirsty Blade, Felwar Stone, Idol, Oblivion. It's always a good card. Commander Sphere, Scepter of Celebration, and False Floor. Okay. False Floor enters the battlefield tapped. Creatures enter the battlefield tapped. Exile False Floor, exile all untapped creatures. Activate only as a sorcery. Wait, let me read that again. Exile False Floor, exile all untapped creatures. Activate only as a sorcery. I mean, that seems cool. 4 mana, that's kind of expensive when you have cards that force people to enter the battlefield untapped for like 1 or 2 mana, generally. Intangible Virtue, Awakening Zone, okay. Beastmaster Ascension makes a lot of sense, that's the $9 card. Duelist Heritage, okay. Killer Service. Oh, Duelist Heritage is really good inside this deck. This may be the best card inside this deck. Especially because you're giving... This is give Trample. Yeah, 2/2, Goad and Trample and Double Strike. Ooh, that's kind of intense. We have that Word in Service. Enters the battlefield. Create a food token equal to the number of opponents you have. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay 2 and sacrifice a token. If you do... So you're basically just changing your tokens for 4/4s. That's cool. A prosperous partnership. Enters the battlefield. Create 2 1/1s. Tap 3 untapped creatures you control. Create a treasure token. We have Felidar Retreat. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, choose 1. Create a 2/2. Yeah, Felidar Retreat. It's a great card. Assembled Legion, cool. Sandware Convergence. This card wins games. Okay, so that's all the cards inside this deck. I mean, and I see the lands. I'm not really going to go over the lands too much over here, I think. The Castle Ardenvale is pretty nice, actually. You know, I'm kind of mild on this commander deck right now. What do you guys think about this commander deck? I really don't... I mean, I see its ability to make tokens and to do the thing that it wants to do. But, like, I don't know if I really want to be playing that deck. Honestly. I don't know. If I had to give this commander deck a review score, I mean, I gave the other one yesterday an 8. I gave the other one, the second one I reviewed, a 7. I'm thinking that this is like, if 5 is like super average, I think I just have to see this commander deck be played to really see how oppressive Kitt Kanto might be. But I just don't think this is a play style that I think that I enjoy. I don't know, it just seems like a deck that I wouldn't really want to play. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. I'm going to say it's a 6. I don't think that... I don't see too many cards inside here where I look at Kitt Kanto and I look at that card and I'm like, oh, that's going to win somebody the game one game, you know? I don't really see too many of that. So because of that, I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. I would imagine that somebody's going to build a really powerful version of this deck at some point. But until that happens, we're just going to have to deal with that.